Hello. Good morning. I just want to make sure that we are live. Everything is going good. Please say hello when you've dropped in. There we are. Okay. Welcome to our third and our final day of the Make Time for Yourself mini course. Holy cow, it's been a fun week. I've so enjoyed this time with you, and I hope that you have gotten a lot out of it as well. So, during these 3 days that we've been together, we have been working on strategies to make more time for yourself. And this time being time that's really meant for you to be meaningful time that helps you just get clearer on who you are, what you need, what you want. And it's about making time for yourself to do meaningful things like meditate and run and walk and create art and things that, good morning, Elizabeth, and things that just matter for you. So I'm so curious, how has the week been going? On day one, we talked about making decisions ahead of time, of really looking at your routine and really supporting yourself the night before you want to make time for yourself, and really doing that to stay away from overwhelm, from decision fatigue. On day two, we talked about mindset and how important it is to really give our mindset a lot of attention, a lot of awareness, because that is where the biggest change in our lives can come from, is really working with our mindset. So for that, we were looking at switching I'll try with I will, which is a much more powerful and action oriented way to go and create more time for yourself. So, how's it been going? What have been your favorite parts? What have you been struggling with? What do you have questions about? And what are you noticing a difference already in the time that you're making for yourself? I would love to know. So just let me know. You can just chat it in, and you can also send me an email if you prefer. But I'd love to know. So, today we are talking about motivation. This is strategy number 3. And this is actually a fun one, and it's just a fun, interesting strategy to work with. So, motivation. So, a lot of times we set a goal, and I'm going to include myself in this because this is me too. We set a goal and we put it out there, like make time for myself. I want to make some extra time for myself. And we just set the goal, and then we just put it out, and we just wait. We wait for all the stars to align. We wait for life to feel calmer. We wait for our life to feel less busy, or for there to be less distractions. We wait for motivation to strike. We wait to feel like doing the thing we've said we want to do. And the thing is that waiting is just really ineffective, even though it feels like the right thing to do, because we feel like, well, I need to feel motivated to begin, right? Like motivation is the thing that starts it. But the reality is that motivation never comes with enough power to get you started and keep you going. Then the reason for that is that motivation is actually a result. It's a result. It's not the Kickstarter. It's not the thing that begins you, that kicks you into action. It's not the beginning point. It is the result. Now, motivation happens after you take the steps of getting started. It happens after you sign up for the mini course, after you've made your decisions ahead of time, after you switch from I'll try to I will. Those little moments are where you find the motivation to keep going. So if you have this idea that you have to wait to begin, you will be waiting. If you wait to begin because you are waiting for motivation, you'll be waiting for a long time. The thing I want you to know is that motivation happens after you get going, and it gets stronger and stronger the more you progress, the more you get going, the more steps that you take. It just gets stronger. So, how do you actually generate motivation? How do you actually make that happen? And that comes from small wins and celebrating small wins. So, a small win is a step or a progress point towards your bigger goal. So, if you have this goal of making time for yourself every day, let's say making 20 minutes of time for yourself every single day, then a small win would be signing up for this mini course. That's a progress point. Another progress point would be making your decisions the night before, like that you may have done that this week. Or a progress point may have been when you caught yourself saying, "Oh, I'll try to make that happen," and you switch it to "I will." Those are progress points. Those are small wins. Another example of a small win is digging up your yoga mat. Maybe you don't know where you put it, or it was in a closet or whatever, and you got that out. That's a small win. Or maybe you looked around your home and you said, "There's actually no clear space for me that feels like mine." And you start to formulate a plan as to how you're going to shift your room around, or you start actually kind of decluttering an area so that you can sit there and do your practice. So, a small win can also be looking up a running workout or downloading a running app. Like, all of those are small wins, and all of those generate motivation. It is truly that simple. So, you have already experienced a few small wins this week, right? You signed up, you are here watching this video and listening. And I know that you have also done a few of the strategies as well. So, those are small wins. And if you want to stay motivated and you want to stay on track with making time for yourself or any goal that you have in mind, it is all about these small wins. And taking time to actually reflect on and acknowledge your small wins is far more powerful than the attainment of the goal. You actually experience more from the progress that you make, more from the small wins than you do from the goal. You would get stronger, you build your confidence, you build your adaptability and your resilience with challenges. It is a really powerful way to kind of open yourself to how much you can do and how much you can create in your life. And the goal, the attainment of the goal, ends up being like the cherry on top. So, how do you actually celebrate small wins? What does that actually look like? Let me see what you're saying, Elizabeth. Love the prepping the night before my for my decision time or making decisions to really reduce. Yes, yes. It sure is. It's amazing because we can get into overwhelm really quickly. So any way we can make as many decisions the night before is great. So that is a huge, huge small win. And I want you to celebrate that today, Elizabeth. So I do want to tell you that your brain is actually, this is actually a thing that's been studied when it comes to small wins. And that is that when you take time to, even in this moment, Elizabeth, when you wrote that down, when you take time to reflect on and acknowledge your small wins, it actually turns on the reward circuits of your brain, and your brain releases chemicals that give you the feeling of pride and of joy. And that is what keeps you going. A lot of times we will have this goal, this thing that we want, and we aren't working on it. We aren't doing anything about it. And we get really down on ourselves. We berate ourselves. We talk to ourselves in ways that are just not compassionate. And we think that that's going to motivate us if we talk to ourselves in kind of ugly ways. And actually, it does the opposite. Like, that's not going to get us going at all. But if we go, "Oh my God, I just did something small but big, like this is moving me forward," and that is what's going to keep you going. Another way to think about it is that kids get is super excited about really small things. I mean, the smallest things, they just get so excited and they love it and they just have so much energy around it. And if you can embrace that kind of energy around the small things that you're doing that are progress points towards your goal, oh my gosh, it's just so much more fun. What a way more fun to live, way more fun way to live your life, and such an exciting way to work towards your goals. So, how do you actually celebrate small wins? So, you can do it in a number of ways. One of the ways that you can do that's very simple is to give yourself a high five in the mirror. There is science behind this. Mel Robbins has a beautiful, wonderful book around the power of giving yourself a high five. It is a really empowering and effective way to celebrate yourself. So you can give yourself a high five in the mirror. You can reward yourself. Rewards are huge. Anytime you are working on a goal, it is essential that you are bringing rewards into the process, that you are actually rewarding yourself. So a reward can be making your favorite meal. It can really, the reward is anything that brings you pleasure. And so it's going to be different for you and different for me. So it's anything that brings you joy. So that could be buying yourself a really delicious drink or baked good or painting your nails or watching your favorite show or just sinking into the couch and reading your book. Whatever reward is just like, oh my God, I'm just so excited to do this thing. That's a reward for you. Rewards are really powerful. Another way to celebrate small wins is to have a weekly win circle with your family. And so this brings everybody into the picture and lets everybody know what you're working on, but you also get to celebrate what everybody else is working on. So if you do a win circle, everybody just goes around and shares their small wins from the week. You can also do a gratitude journal where every night you're writing down just what you're grateful for. And it can be any parts of your life, but definitely include the what you're grateful for in terms of the work that you're doing. Something that I like to do on a regular basis is to just write down an appreciation page where I just take a piece of paper and I just write down everything I'm appreciating in the moment about the work that I'm doing. And the reason this is powerful is that we will have a goal, and if in this case making time for yourself, and it may feel like, oh my God, I have all these things that are happening in my life, and having regular time to myself might feel so way out there and so far away, and we don't realize that all these progress points that we're making, all these small wins, are getting us closer and closer to making time for ourselves on a regular basis. And when we take the time to write down what we're appreciating about the work we're doing, we realize how far we've come. It is so important to realize how far you've come. Do that as often as you can. Something else I practice every single day is I have a calendar, and every time I do something that is in support of my goals, I mark it on the calendar. I put an X, I put a smiley face, whatever thing that works. If those are the things that work for me, you could have a little sticker and that could work for you. So you just mark it on your calendar. I do everything visually because that makes more sense. I can see it as I'm moving about my space. I go, oh yeah, I'm working on that. And I'm seeing my rows of X's, and that feels so good. Every day I've taken a few minutes to myself, and I'm so happy that I'm seeing that progress. The important thing is you are taking time to just pause, reflect, and acknowledge your small win. Another simple way to do that is to simply text a friend, somebody who cares about what you're working on, who cares about your goals, and let them know, I just did this thing. Really powerful. So that's that strategy. It's very simple, but it's super effective. So, your simple action for today is to celebrate your small win of being a part of this mini course. And that might actually feel like a big win, right? Because it's time, it's energy, it's effort. And I want you to celebrate every part of it, that you signed up, that you watched the videos, however many of them you've been a part of, that you practice one of the strategies, two of the strategies, three of the strategies, that you were here and you are part of this. Make this a moment to celebrate. Do something for yourself today that feels like an honoring of this time and energy that you've put into you. This was a huge progress point. This was a huge win to be a part of this course. Okay, so we have gone over three really powerful strategies, and they work if you use them. I know this from my own life. I know this from watching other women use these same strategies. So use them. Don't just do them once and go, they didn't work. You got to practice them. It's not going to be one day you wake up and everything is going to be mapped out and worked out in terms of your time for yourself. It's going to be baby steps along the way. And some days those steps are going to feel bigger. And one day you are going to have this time for yourself every day. But it does take practice. It does take time. And I know you can do it. So I would love to know, how these strategies have landed with you, which ones are like really exciting, which ones feel good, if there's anything that you're struggling with, anything that you have questions around. I would love to just know what changes you are seeing in terms of your own time for yourself. And just let me know. Please email me. I would love to just have this little insight into your life and to celebrate you. So, speaking of change, this is our last day of the mini course, and it's been such an honor to be here. And I just want to take a moment to let you know that if you want to continue the journey of making time for yourself, and you want to continue the journey of using that time to be intentional and to spend that time really for you in learning more about you and connecting more with your body and with your heart and with your mind and with your needs and your goals and your dreams, then I invite you to join my retreat. It's a Brave New Year retreat. It's an online retreat, and it is all about exactly what we're talking about. It's all about getting clear on what you need, on what you want, how you want to feel, who you want to be. And it's about doing that in this new year. So, this retreat is about clearing out the past year. So, in this case, clearing out 2021 and not just like, oh, letting it go, but learning from it, taking a moment to look back and reflect on what worked and what didn't, what felt good, what didn't, what do I want to hold on to, what am I ready to let go of? And then reflecting on what you want in this new year. What do you want to do? How do you want to feel? Who do you want to be? And we're doing this because you have this one wild and precious life. And you have one 2022, right? And you get to decide how you want to spend it. You get to decide how you want to live it. I know that there are things that you want to experience, things that you want to do, ways in which you want to feel. And the only way that we get there, the only way we create that reality for ourselves is by taking the time to get clear on who we are, what we want, what we need, is taking that time to map it out for ourselves. And that's exactly what you get to do in this retreat. So, this retreat is for you if you are wanting to take a look at the past year. You are feeling like there was some gold there that you want to mine and take with you into this new year. And there was also some stuff that you're ready to just shed and let go. So, this retreat is going to help you to just let that go. There's a process for that. And this retreat is for you if you want to really design this new year with intention and with clarity. And you want to really figure out, okay, there are things I want in my life. How can I begin to work on them this year? How can I bring them into being this year? And this retreat is for you if you are really wanting to get clear on your wellness goals, your financial goals, your lifestyle goals, your work goals. You're just wanting a little bit more clarity on what you want. And you want to know what the pathway is, not just setting the goal, but how do you actually make it happen? And there's going to be tools that will be provided there. And this retreat is for you if you are just craving more time and more space for you. You have learned in this mini course how to make time for yourself, but there might be a question of like, but what do I do with that time? And this retreat is a beautiful way to utilize that time. It's a very intentional process and it's a very sweet way to connect with yourself. Now, this retreat is for you if you have a big dream and you're like, I want to make it a reality. I just don't know how. I want to switch careers. I want to make more money. I want to take a trip. You're just wondering, how do I make that happen? And this retreat will just help you begin to clarify all of that. Now, this retreat is also for you if you want to live more intentionally. You are wanting just more sacredness in your everyday life, and you want the tools on how to do that. And you really are craving just more in your life. And you want to just drop out of kind of your everyday experience and go into this intentional space so that you are really setting your life up from a place of clarity, a place of presence, and a knowing that this is the pathway that is right for you. So if you are wanting a different year from last year, or you're wanting pieces of last year to be a part of this year, you got to get clear on that. It doesn't just happen. It really requires your attention and your intention. So if that's what you're interested in, I want you to be a part of this retreat. It is designed to be a retreat experience. There are reflective practices, creative practices, yoga practices, meditation practices. I have designed it to be like you are going on retreat. It is a really powerful, special, sweet experience for you to wrap yourself up in. Now, I really want this retreat to be for everybody. So it's just $77. It's not very much, and it is a powerful experience. And it's something that you will have forever. You can come back to the retreat. You can come back to all the practices, all the movement practices, the meditation practices over and over and over again. They are yours, and you will have them forever. So there is the price is going to go up on Monday by $20. So make sure you get in there. I'm going to put the link to the retreat in the comments. I will do that right now. And so you can get, if you're interested, you can go right in there and check it out, and make sure you sign up before Monday. So I've put the link in there. And it's been so fun. This retreat has been so much fun to witness other women going through. It has been just the best experience. There have been women that have been figuring out their goals for the first time. They've gotten clear on their goals. The first time they have been able to like name it and say, like, these are the goals that matter, that mean something to me. The first time they've been able to feel that. There have been women that have been gotten clearer on their values, who have for the first time felt like, oh my gosh, I know what I want and what I need in this chapter of my life, in this moment of my life. It has helped them to feel more connected to themselves. I've even had women say that it's the most profound work that they've done. And how fun is that, to have this opportunity to do really powerful, profound work that moves you and that creates more clarity in your life? We all need that. We all want that. So I hope that you join in the retreat. It would be such an honor to share that time with you, to spend that time with you, and to root you on. So let me know if you're interested. You can go to that link, find out more information there. Do sign up by Monday. And in the meantime, practice these strategies that we've been talking about in the Make Time for Yourself mini course. Practice them, bring them to life in your life, and let them just blossom as they will, and let yourself enjoy the time that you will be making as a result of these strategies. It has been so much fun to be a part of this journey with you. Again, please let me know how this retreat experience, or how this mini course experience, has been for you. You can write it in the chat, in the comments. You can send me an email. You can send me a testimonial. I would just love to know what this mini course experience has meant to you. Okay, enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much for being here, and I look forward to seeing you hopefully in the retreat or sometime soon. Okay, bye everybody. Bye.